So I'm going to share my screen, and then you also get an idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. So Jean, are you ready?
Yeah.
What we want to do is we want to imagine, and you guys should do this exercise yourself. You're somebody, I'm someone who does not know Jean, and hopefully I am one of the people in your avatar, one of the people that you're trying to serve. Okay. So the thing that you want to visualize is if YouTube promotes my very attractive thumbnail to somebody in my target audience and they come to my channel, this is what they see. And when they see this, does it compel them to click something? All right. So
Hmm.
Gene, can you go ahead and remind us again, since Lillian wasn't here when you did your introduction? Can you remind us here, um, who are you to your YouTube audience?
Who am I to my YouTube audience? I am I guess, tech educator who helps people who want to build an online business selling courses, webinars, and programs, digital programs.
Okay. And then when I asked you this in the Facebook group, for that audience, what problem do you solve?
The problem I solve is for those who are looking to build this online business selling training and knowledge, how to begin. So where to start and what tools to use and how to do it lean.
Okay, so that's really, really important. Um, if that's the problem you solve, I don't know if it actually is or if it's just the answer that you gave. If that's the problem that you solve, uh, you that means you're not targeting people who already have for example, you're mainly focused on Thinkific, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So uh, if just within people who are familiar with Thinkific and who are using it, there's a whole universe of people there, but it sounded like from the answer that you just gave, you're only targeting beginners.
Yes, that's a great question. Yes, I am targeting beginners because what okay, so here's this feedback that I got was it started out as a very much like a software resource channel for Thinkific. Like how do you'll see there's a lot of like how to do this on Thinkific, how to do XYZ. And so I wanted to move away from it to from move away from being like a how-to kind of like a resource channel to being more of that solve kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like really helping people solve. And I don't know if it could be more specific, like I help people who want to use Thinkific, but I also cover, I mean, I do cover a lot about Thinkific, but I also, teach other tools.
Okay, so one of the things that I believe very strongly that I learned is when you serve everybody, you serve nobody. And if you're trying to market to people on YouTube, then the the more niche you go, the more likely you're going to attract people who have a retention rate. Okay. If you serve everybody, then you're serving nobody, and then people actually don't know why they're there. So if I look at your, so let's just look at your channel. It should be up on the share screen right now. Okay. Online courses and digital products, Thinkific trainings, marketing, sales, course creation, tips, and tools. That banner doesn't tell me anything about
Okay.
your helping beginners. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't, if I'm a beginner, this channel looks overwhelming, but not only does it look overwhelming, it looks like uh, if I just wanted training, I would not stay on this channel.
Okay.
And the reason I would not stay on this channel is because they they'll look at everything else on this channel. So they'll look at the number of subscribers that you have, that's your social proof.
Okay.
So if you had 100,000 subscribers, then maybe this banner works because people who come here, online courses, digital products, sales and marketing training. I'm looking for, even though I'm a beginner in Thinkific, I'm at a place that where this person obviously knows what they're talking about because they have 100,000 subscribers. All right.
Okay.
So this is where it has to be matched. So everybody at YouTube is at a different plateau. Your goal is get to the next plateau, not market to people who, as if you had 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
All right. So I think it would be excellent if you rebranded your channel specifically only to target beginners to do one specific thing. Because then when people type something in a keyword search, your channel, your video will more likely rise to the top.
Mm,
All right.
okay. That's
All right.
helpful.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
if I just, and then the second thing is, uh, I'm assuming nobody is searching for your name.
No.
Okay. If I'm Tony Robbins, somebody's searching for Tony Robbins. What does Tony Robbins say? If I'm Dean Graziosi or Jeff Walker, somebody's searching for what does Dean Graziosi say about this? What does Tony Robbins say about this? Nobody's searching what Gene Pak says about anything. So your title should match who you serve, the niche that you serve. All right. I'll again, I'm not saying my channel is perfect by any means, but I just show you how I've gone on that journey and it's helped me reach another plateau. All right. So this is my channel. All right.
Yeah.
So I've rebranded. Again, rebranding is something you can do frequently. I've changed something almost weekly, constantly. I'm doing different things. All right. So um, when I go to my channel, I'm imagining um, what are people going to see? So my my avatar are parents with children between the age of 4 and 15 who are actually learning Mandarin Chinese. Okay. So that's who I serve. So when that parent comes to my channel, what do they see? So if I happen to reach a parent that has a child who's learning Mandarin Chinese, they come to this channel, is there a connection? All right. So the first thing is, what do you say to a friend from China? Huh. That kind of matches the reason why I came, because I have children who are learning to speak Mandarin. All right. And then my channel had a dilemma, which means I have content for children and I have content for adults. So one of the changes that I made is I added this to the banner for kids and the parents raising them. I only made this change last week. So I'm trying, and my channel had plateaued. That means I had 8 consecutive days with no new subscribers. And then last week I changed the branding and now my subscriber count is starting to go up again. Just
Hmm.
from that one
So,
little tweak.
okay, so you're saying that the tweak that you just made in the four kids and the parents raising them makes it very clear to your audience that you have content for kids and parents.
No, it makes it clear to the avatar that they came to the right place. So you have to know your avatar. And then when they come to your channel, they have to know, I came to the right place.
Okay.
So my avatar is specifically a parent who have kids or a kid learning Mandarin. So when that avatar comes to my channel, because I sell children's books, right? So
Oh,
so when that avatar comes to my channel, do they know I came to the right place? And
hmm,
what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure that answer is yes to the
okay.
maximum number of people. So when that avatar comes to my channel for kids and the parents raising them, well, I'm a parent and I have kids who are learning to speak Mandarin. So
Yeah.
box one, check. Title, what do you say to a friend from China? Huh, that kind of matches, right? And then they have to read this first part of this description. So this first section before they click more has to make sense. All right. So what do I have written right here? Mandarin learning meets understanding Chinese culture for both kids and parents. They can read that without making another click. All right. And then the first video, how to greet people in Mandarin, plus
Hmm,
Chinese handwriting. All right. How to greet people in Mandarin, plus practice Chinese handwriting. So when my avatar, which is parents with kids who are learning Mandarin Chinese, come to my channel, Do they think they came to the right place? And
Yes, yes. The banner is very much targeted in a kid-friendly way.
yeah, so the next phase of my reaching the next plateau is actually making content that that retains people's attention. That means content that they'll actually watch. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's just talk about step one. Is your brand matched to who you serve? And in your case, first of all, when your avatar comes, uh, if they're, let's just assume that your avatar is who you say, Gene, the beginner.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Does the beginner think that this is the place to be? And how can I improve this so the beginner knows that, I came to the right place? All right. So if I were you, Gene, and we can, again, we'll workshop this next week. We can see what your improvements are. Before you change anything about your content, let's just make it the branding right. Okay. That means that YouTube banner is talking to your avatar, your YouTube title is talking to your avatar, and the first words in your description is talking to your avatar, even before they click more. Okay.
Okay.
So when they come to your channel, if they're not coming for you because you're not a celebrity, then it doesn't really matter what your name is. People are not coming here. So you don't want to, you have a very small amount of real estate here. You don't
Mm.
want to waste that real estate by repeating something. You got your name here, and then you say, my name is Gene again. And then you say, this channel is about helping you develop and scale. So this has nothing to do with beginners.
Okay.
All right. Your name has nothing to do with beginners. The first sentence in your description has nothing to do with beginners, and your banner has nothing to do with beginners.
Okay.
Okay. So when people come to your channel, if you want them to click, this is again reaching new people, not people who are already subscribed.
Okay.
Yeah. So Andrew, you got a comment?
Oh, he has
No,
to
I was
go.
I was thinking I have to take off now because of work and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. All right. Yeah, we already
thank you.
we went through the. All right. So Andrew, thank you for showing up. If you want us to workshop your channel, we can do that next week or at one of the future sessions.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna have
Andrew.
some feedback for your channel too. Thank you.
All right. Perfect. Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
That's very helpful. That's very helpful.
Yeah. So one final thing that uh, to improve your channel. This is a very simple thing that I posted about.
Mm.
You have 5 key insights from at Thinkific for 2022. That's 3 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So nobody who's a beginner who's just signed up to learn Thinkific now cares what happened in 2022. Change this
Okay.
to 2025
Or yeah, switch it to a 20. I have a new video. Yeah.
or put a new video in. Right.
Right. Okay. That's great.
All right. All right. So that's just
That's really helpful. Thank you.
yeah, that's just
Pretty
the
good.
short, that's just immediately things you can do right away
Yeah.
without improving your content. So eventually we need to improve the content. I haven't even really gotten into that. Like the top is when they come to your channel, it doesn't make sense for your avatar.
Right.
But even before that, who is your avatar?
Mm.
Right? So in your case, in the case of most people, they just create content and they hope people will show up.
Yeah. So can I ask, you did your own banner?
Yes,
What did you use?
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint?
Yep.
Wow, that's real simple.
Well,
Because
like I said, I do everything in
I think that's
PowerPoint.
amazing because I don't know, 'cause there's all these like, graphics like Canva and
Well, if you have a budget, then you should pay
well,
people to
I mean
do it.
Canva, you can use a free Canva plan.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's all about ROI, return on
Yeah.
investment.
Yes.
So if you have the budget, you can pay people to do it. Or if you have the time, you can you can use your time to do it. But again, time is money. So if you spend a lot of time creating thumbnails and stuff like that, and you're not creating content, that's a waste of time.
Right.
All right. You just want to you want to see how I create everything?
Yeah,
Just
I want to see how you made yours.
okay.
That's amazing that you use PowerPoint on me. I would never have thought about
All right.
it.
So this is my banner.
Oh, wow.
All right. So the way that YouTube works is so watch. I'm gonna I'm going to send this back. All right. So YouTube, this is what YouTube shows on mobile view. So you have to make sure it looks good on mobile and it looks good on desktop. All right. So you also have to know are more. So you have two different audiences before you even start your YouTube channel. You have an audience that watches your content on the phone, and then you have an audience that watches your videos on a computer. Those are two separate audiences, so you need to create content for both of them.
Mm,
And the analytics will tell you, are the majority of people watching your channel from the phone or the majority of people watching your channel from the computer? Because, for example, if majority of people who are learning how to use Thinkific are watching from a desktop computer, then it's not as important as you optimize for mobile. It's more important that you optimize for desktop.
okay.
Now, if people are consuming your short videos that are horizontal, then you need to make sure those are optimized for mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, optimizing for mobile is the thumbnail. It's also the titles and the descriptions, because on mobile you have less real estate, so you got to be more catchy and more hooky and more attractive in those first couple of words.
Mm,
But if you don't know the answer to those questions, then you don't know how to make adjustments to reach the next plateau in your channel.
okay.
All right. So this is yeah. So yeah. So you can see these are different variations of
Uh,
my uh okay. So this is my banner before I decided to improve my branding.
okay.
So what I did is I added this for kids and parents raising them. All right. So this was my original one, and this is my now before that, these were my banners.
Uh,
I
yeah, I
put
can
my
see.
books and stuff like that. So you can see that. And then before I even had myself as a teacher with my thumbnails of my audiobooks, right? So this is me just testing different things. This is a more business type books that I did,
Mm,
right? So how you brand yourself will evolve as you better understand who you serve and what they're interested in.
mm,
Now, I actually think it's a very, very good idea for you to target beginners, because you will you will get an instant boost to your organic reach just by rewriting everything for beginners.
okay.
Okay. And let me go ahead and give you a couple more tips. So when you do the thumbnails for your videos, you actually your thumbnail should not be thumbnail one. It should be actually what it is, because the YouTube algorithm will read the thumbnail file to prioritize whether it matches what the audience wants to see. So it's not just the marketing copy, but it's
Yeah.
also the file name actually helps. So
Oh,
so two
interesting.
videos with the same title, the video that has the better file name will get promoted higher than the video with the file name that just says. So make sure your video has the right file name and your thumbnail has the right file name. I used to just use video one and thumbnail one, and
Yeah.
that just means the YouTube algorithm doesn't know, should I? Because you got to think, the YouTube algorithm is a robot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's not going to know. If it doesn't know based on the file name of the video and the file name of the thumbnail, what it should go to, it's only going on the title. So let's just say the title is cleverly written and it has all the keywords, but then you're competing with all the other similar titles. So what does the YouTube algorithm go? Well, they go to the file names and they looks at those and say, oh, this one has the thumbnail with the matching title and the video with the matching title and the title with the matching title and the description with the keywords and the hashtags that all match. Let me put this video up top.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, can you tell me how you made this?
It's PowerPoint.
I know about like with graphics and all that stuff.
Oh, so this I just downloaded a free um, Adobe file.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll just show you the complete workflow since we're here. All right, so
And did you use ChatGPT for that?
no. So
Oh,
look, so
oh wow. It's very simple, your bookmarks. It's very
so
organized.
all right, so I just go to Adobe Free
Uh-huh.
and then I search something. So I just say um, kids playing baseball. All right. So, oh, this is a good one. I actually might change my thumbnail to this one.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. All right. So this is free. So I just download it.
Okay.
All right. So it's downloaded. Now I mean, you know how to do this, right? You just put your,
Uh,
you just,
sure.
you just,
Drag it.
yeah. So I just downloaded it. Let me see, Adobe stuff. So I just downloaded it. All right. All right. So all right. And then what I do is I'll take this.
But how do you get that do you give them the dimensions for that?
Well, this is just the portrait dimension, 16 by 9.
Oh, okay, 16 by 9. Okay.
Right. And then what you want to do is you want to search for the search for the YouTube banner template. It will give
Okay,
you
yeah.
this.
Okay.
Okay. So I just took the YouTube banner template and I put this here.
Okay.
So I know how to optimize. Right. And this is for me, this is easier than learning Canva because I don't know how to use Canva.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really great at Canva. I've tried the templates, but it's not very.
Yeah. Now, the advantage of Canva is Canva will design things for you.
Oh yeah.
And Canva has templates built in that will give you attractive fonts and stuff like that. So if
Oh,
you're familiar with Canva, there's nothing wrong with using the free version of Canva.
yeah. I'm not great at it. I'm not really great with Canva.
And then
Show
for
myself.
thumbnails, this is what I do. Oh, I started a channel actually where I'm going to post these recordings. All right, hold on. All right, all right, so these are just my thumbnails. So
Oh
every time,
wow.
so every time I need to make a thumbnail, that's not a thumbnail. I just copy this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oops, hold on. Oops. All right, so I just copy that. And every time I have all right, I'll just go to here. All right, so duplicate. All right, so yeah, so every time I would do that, I would uh, just change the words here because it's just PowerPoint.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because I know how to use PowerPoint, so I just made it simple and just use PowerPoint. So let me close this. Don't save. Yeah. So this is how I make my thumbnails. As you can see, I have all my sample thumbnails down here. So I just can change the background and just create a new thumbnail,
Oh, interesting.
right? And it's all done in PowerPoint.
That's amazing. That really is. It blows my mind that I could have done, yeah. Because I'm not great with Canva, and it's like spending time learning Canva. It's like, and the templates are, I don't know, I don't feel like they're really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, so the key, Gene, is to uh everything starts. So if you it's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
So most people do things in the middle, which is I need to fix my lighting, I need to fix my audio, I need to fix my thumbnails. But the top of the pyramid is what drives traffic. Do you know who
Oh,
your avatar is? And do you have the right branding to match your avatar? When your avatar comes to your channel, do they know they came to the right place?
it makes sense because everything goes up to the top of the pyramid.
Everything goes in through the top.
Yeah.
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 So if you're if people come to your channel and uh, people are confused, okay, well, this is not what I'm looking for, then people not going to flow down.
Yeah.
They're not going to. So you need to get that top part right.
Hmm.
I think if you rebranded your channel specifically to serve beginners. If
Yeah.
your content is good enough, non-beginners will come too.
Okay. Okay.
But the way that you handle that is with your playlist.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you have your opening page, your banner, your title, your description, once that is properly uh, aligned to your avatar, which are beginners, then you have your introduction video. Make sure that video is for beginners.
Mm.
And then what you do is you have that first playlist. The first playlists are only very simple things for beginners, getting started,
Mhm.
overcoming imposter syndrome,
Right.
whatever it is, it's only for beginners. And then you
Yeah.
have a playlist for more intermediate users and a playlist for more advanced users,
Yeah.
right? But if your avatar, if the people that are driving traffic to your channel are beginners, make sure all of everything at the beginning is marketed towards beginners.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me show you. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Let me give you an example of how I implemented that in my own in my channel. All right. So I'm targeting mainly for kids, but also the parents raising them because I have content that's for adults who are doing business in China. So I don't want
Mm.
to give that up, but I also want to make sure my channel makes sense for when they come. All
Yeah.
right. So, all right, we already talked about the banner, the title, the first line here, and then of course your trailer of your channel.
Right.
Now look at the first playlist. Learn Mandarin phrases plus Chinese handwriting practice. Ah,
Okay.
perfect for kids who are learning Chinese. And then how about the next one? Mandarin story time. Famous kids' books read in Chinese. Also perfect for kids learning Chinese. And then I look at this. Wow, Hungry Caterpillar. Vocabulary builder. What do you do with an idea? These are all famous children books. The Very Hungry
Mm.
Caterpillar is one of the
Yeah.
most famous children's books. And now
Yeah.
these are been translated to Chinese, right? And then I go a little bit further, and then you can say, wow, this video has 20,000 views.
Mm.
So a lot of people watching this. It's not too bad. What should Danny do?
Oh.
All right. And then I go to the next playlist. What do you say to a friend from China? This is so I don't, my goal is to sell books. But when
Okay.
people first come to my channel, they're not there to buy my book. They're there to see if this is a place where they want to come back to. So I don't want to be promotional in the beginning for somebody new who's coming to my channel.
Mm.
Right. So that's how I decided how to order these playlists. The first one is this one, directly why they're here. Learn Mandarin phrases, practice Chinese handwriting. The second one is the Mandarin story time, famous kids books read in Chinese. And then the third one is what do you say to a friend from China? Follow Jaden as he explores the world around him, learns the value of listening to his parents, and discovers cultural similarities with Evan, with his
Mm.
best friend from China, based on the what do you say from. Okay, so this is third. And then fourth, this is my podcast for people to know a little bit more about me, Generational ABC Podcast. From an
Mm.
American born Chinese, soon to be father, talking to his unborn son in 2019, pre COVID, pre Trump, pre trade war. So, as people start to come to my channel more, they're going to care about this more. Initially, they don't care about this.
Okay.
All right. So, every playlist, every word has a purpose. All right. And then here's where I get into the more for grown-up content because this is the provocative Chinese podcast, understanding culture through an ABC lens, Western narratives on China, uncensored reactions from an ABC dad, Guanxi practice sessions, mindset report. So I have more content. Once the parents start coming to this channel for their kids, they're going to see, I want to learn some Chinese culture and Chinese speaking too. Maybe I'm learning Chinese with my kids.
Mm.
Then there's more. Maybe I'm doing business in China. Those are the people that I'm really interested in. So I have that, but I don't have that at the beginning.
Mm.
When people come to my channel, this is what they get: banner,
Okay.
title, description, trailer. Does it make sense? When they come, do
Mm.
they say, I came to the right place? Or do they come to and they say, wow, that's not why I'm here?
That's very good.
All right.
Cool. That was really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I love those thumbnails.
yeah,
It really makes sense now after you explain it. I see why you designed them the way you did.
yeah. So in your case, because you haven't tweaked your branding, I'm assuming for a while.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, update your title, update your banner, update your description, and then update your trailer. Soon
Mm.
as you do those four things, your organic search and your YouTube algorithm promoting your video will start to go up immediately.
Okay.
Okay. You may not see a lot of new subscribers, but you should see a lot of impressions.
Oh, yes, that's true. I've heard about that. Impressions is key.
Yeah. So impressions is just, so I don't know if you want to plan this out over a long strategy, because
Okay.
if you wanted to plan this out and kind of do a launch where everything's rebranded at once and you get the maximum impact, what you want to do is you want to have the banner ready, the title ready, the description ready, the trailer ready, and maybe one or two videos ready and the playlist renamed and ready before you rebrand. Because what's going to happen is when you rebrand, the algorithm will immediately start promoting it.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is if people click the video and they still don't like what they see because the video is not tailored for beginners, then you're not, if you don't get a lot of subscribers and a lot of people watching your video for more than 30 seconds in
Yeah.
the first, when you first do something different, then the algorithm will say, okay, everything that this channel did differently doesn't give me a reason to share this video to more people.
Okay.
So you kind of want to sequence all that together so you make the biggest impact, right?
Okay.
Banner, title, description, trailer, and then make one or two videos that match your speaking to the beginner, and then
Okay.
reorganize your playlist so it makes sense. That
Mhm.
that first playlist should just be beginner introductions to whatever beginners need to do.
Mm.
And
That makes
then
sense.
and then there should be no reason why your channel can't reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year if you follow through with that.
Okay. Okay. That's really good. Thank you.
All right.
God,
So
there's new things that I didn't even know about before. And yeah, weird. Okay. Yeah. It's funny how you take a course and all that. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's the difference between having a community to brainstorm ideas and taking a
Yeah.
course is just learning. Because
Yeah.
what happens is when you learn something, it's not matched to where you are in your customer journey.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah. So where we are at, both me and you, is we're at the very beginning, right? We have less than 1,000 subscribers. So we're at the very beginning. Most of the things they teach you are from successful people being more successful, which doesn't help us.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. They don't understand where you're at, your customer. You're at the
Very
growing
beginning.
stage. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The
So we need to
baby.
figure out how to hack the algorithm to reach the next plateau.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. You have any questions? We got one more minute.
No, I think that was good. I think it's giving me a lot of ways to think about everything. Yeah. In terms of avatar and how I'm serving them. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm doing these twice a week. So
Oh,
I
wow.
always welcome you to jump on we have a meeting on Thursday. It's in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you just want to jump in, share something, ask a
Mhm.
question, listen to what other people are doing, that's how we learn from each other.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You
All
take it
right.
easy.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye.